What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. In this video, I'll go over the new Sacred Coins update and some of the cool usage of those seals, and I will also tell you guys my priority list for upgrading these Sacred Seals. So a new update for the game came out today and it revealed what Sacred Coins do. So Sacred Coins are used to upgrade Sacred Seals to their level 2 and level 3 version because most of the Sacred Seals in the game are from the existing skills, so it does make sense. And you can also use Sacred Coins to create new Sacred Seals, which is really nice. To have access to this feature, you will have to update your game to 1.8 version and beat the intermission chapter of the main story mode on the normal mode. Then you will be able to use your Sacred Coins. In this update, Intelligent Systems have also mentioned that you will be able to earn Sacred Coins from Tempest Trials, Quest, and Voting Gauntlets. That is something that I'm not really surprised about because Arena Assault is not very fun for a lot of people, and if you're trying to get more Sacred Coins, then Arena Assault becomes much more stressful and you need to have a lot of checks and counters to common units like Brave Lyn and Reinhardt, and you will be facing a lot of Fire Emblem teams. Now you could of course use the items, but you're given 3 items and you have to play through 7 matches, so that's why I can definitely see why some people do not find Arena Assault that much fun. Intelligent Systems can obviously see how many people actually play Arena Assault, so that's why they decided to give Sacred Coins to players in other ways, which is what I'm guessing, and the amount of Sacred Coins you can get from these other ways are pretty nice. Like today, you can get 45 Sacred Coins from the Voting Gauntlet quest, which is incredible. For upgrading and creating Sacred Seals, you also need badges and great badges, which you can get from the Training Tower, and from this update onwards, you're going to be getting more badges for clearing the Training Tower stages, which is really nice because badges have been useless for the longest time and they're finally useful now. You can see the cost taken in the form of Sacred Coins, great badges, and badges for making these Sacred Seals on your screen right now. The amount isn't too much and farming badges is not a very hard task, but it's just gonna take some time for you to build up those resources, and it looks to me that they will be providing players with plenty of Sacred Coins through these quests and stuff, so this feature will definitely get a lot of usage now. Some really good setups can be done with these upgraded Sacred Seals because they just function as a fully fledged skill on units. For example, like Xander, who has got low res, can run Distant Defense Sacred Seal and Distant Defense slot a skill to get plus 12 res in the enemy phase, and yes, those two skills do stack up. Ryoma can run Life and Death and Distant Defense for his Vantage set and basically get the offenses and the defenses. Magic tanks like Julia, Felicia can also get insane amounts of res in the enemy phase, and in general, distant counter units like Black Knight and Hector can use the skill very well. Phantom Speed Sacred Seal, even though its niche has got some great use, in its final form, Phantom Speed Sacred Seal gives plus 10 speed when calculating skills like Wind Sweep and Water Sweep, so even some pretty slow units can make use of the skill and avoid getting counter-attacked. A plus speed IV Unmerged Reinhardt reaches 27 speed with Bone Cavalry buff, and with the Sacred Seal he's able to reach 37 speed, and he can easily run the Sacred Seal with Water Sweep and freely poke his counters like Julia, Sonya, Hector, who will be slower than him, and maybe after that he can get Dance and kill off his counters. It will be pretty fun to see what players can do with this Sacred Seal, but the thing is that it's only useful with Water Sweep and Wind Sweep, so only players with enough resources can play with stuff like this. Hardy Bearing Sacred Seal in its final form has got no threshold HP condition, and it's just like a slap on the face of skills like Vantage and Desperation. Slow units like Hector always have the fear of getting killed by a Desperation mage like Nino, and that's why sometimes Hectors run Green Tome Breaker, but Hardy Bearing skill solves that problem. However, if you've got the Sacred Seal, then even you yourself can now use Vantage or Desperation. And HP plus 5 Sacred Seal makes the boost skills like Earth Boost a bit more viable because with this Sacred Seal and Summoner support you can get plus 10 HP, and that's amazing. You can also make great use of Panic Ploy Slotsy skill with this Sacred Seal. Breath of Life Sacred Seal in its final form, when paired up with the weapons of the new ranged dancers along with Breath of Life, Slotsy skill can heal allies for 21 HP, and considering the fact that 42 SP is somewhat of an average HP stat for a lot of the units, that's pretty much half of their health recovered. So that is pretty insane actually. If you thought those were cool, then just listen to this. So a vanilla 4-star female Robin can actually survive with 2 HP against a Horse Emblem buffed Death Blow Reinhardt, who has got plus 10 merge with plus attack IV, and he has got Quick and Pulse Moonbow. And female Robin, like I said, lives with 2 HP and then kills him with her Wolf Tome and Blue Tome Breaker. So very cheap Reinhardt counters can be made with the Deflect Magic 3 Sacred Seal, like female Robin, which you guys saw, 4-star Nino, 4-star Cecilia, and you do not really need to have Triangle Adept and stuff like that to check Reinhardt now, because you can just use this Sacred Seal and it's pretty nice actually. These are some of the cool usage of these final form Sacred Seals, but now let's get to the title of this video. With Sacred Seals, you should upgrade first so that you get the best value for your resources. Since a lot of Sacred Seals are there to upgrade, there can be some dilemma of which ones to upgrade first. A lot of you asked me to make this list, and this is something which I'm going to be following myself when upgrading these seals, and this is just my opinion based on how I value these skills and these seals, but this might serve as a resource for some people, so that's why here it is. In the top priority, I've got the most useful Sacred Seals, which give you the most advantage in this current metagame and are in general very useful on a lot of different units. So Distant Defense Sacred Seal is definitely one of the best Sacred Seals after this update, because if you get that on version 3, then you get plus 6 res and plus 6 defense in the enemy phase, and that can save you from ranged nukers like Reinhardt, Brave Lynn, and many of the other mages. Not only that, it can stack up with the slotted Distant Defense skill, and that can give you plus 12 res. Not to mention, you can always just provide some kind of Fortify res or Fortify defense bonus to your unit. So Distant Defense Sacred Seal is definitely very good, and I feel like Distant Defense Sacred Seal pushes the Distant Counter metagame further, because Distant Counter units appreciate this kind of Sacred Seal a lot, and they can easily take on range units because of this Sacred Seal. So I think that we will see a lot more Distant Counter units in Arena, and definitely Hector, Black Knight, Ryoma's usage is gonna go up a lot, and even Xander's, because you can use the Sacred Seal to fix his res, as I've said before. And then we have got attack plus 3 and speed plus 3. Now you can obviously use these Sacred Seals to patch up your Banes, but having attack plus 3 Sacred Seal with something like Death Blow or Life and Death or even Darting Blow is just super good. And speed plus 3 is also amazing, because we all know how important speed stat is in the Fire Emblem games, so it can prevent you from getting doubled by a lot of units. Speed plus 3 can be used to hit a certain benchmark speed so that your unit does not get doubled by certain speed units. And then we have got Panic Ploy in the top priority, and Panic Ploy is just so invaluable in this kind of metagame where horse units are just so common, and after the Summoner support was released, Panic Ploy has definitely become a much better skill, because you can use a Summoner support unit to get the plus 5 HP and then use Panic Ploy. And Panic Ploy is one of the most premium skills in the game, and the fact that we can have that as a seal is just amazing, and it's very helpful. In the high priority, I've got Fortify Res and Fortify Defense, and these Sacred Seals are very useful for buff bots like Erika and Ephraim, and even Performing Arts Azura. So basically you can pair this up with Hone Attack or Hone Speed for slot C, and you'll be able to provide another kind of buff to your Blade Tome units. Not only that, usually Hone Attack and Hone Speed are considered to be the better slot C skills, so you can always run those and then have a defensive support skill in these Sacred Seals, so that is very useful. And then we have got Deflect Magic 3, and that's a new Sacred Seal which has come with this update, and it basically works like Brave Ike's Irvan, so it will reduce the consecutive hits damage by 80%, and that is super useful against Reinhardt, against Olwen, and against all kinds of Desperation Blade Tome units. So that's why Deflect Magic is very useful, and as I showed you guys that example with female Robin, like you can use 4-star units as Reinhardt checks and counters because of this Sacred Seal. So this Sacred Seal is very valuable, and this is one of the Sacred Seals which will annoy Reinhardt a lot. And then we have got Deflect Missile 3, and it also works like Deflect Magic, but it only works for bows and daggers. Now daggers are pretty irrelevant in this metagame, so it definitely works for bows, and Brave Bows are super common, and this is also pretty nice against Lynn's Sake's Blessing. So if you're running something like a Distant Counter unit, and if you find Sake's Blessing very annoying, then you can definitely run this Sacred Seal, and it is also a pretty nice thing against Fire Sweep Bow, because that does count as consecutive attack because you're not able to counter attack. And then we have got Attack Ploy. Now Attack Ploy is also similar to Panic Ploy, but it does not reverse the buffs. But still, like -5 attack is just very good, and its range is super huge. Attack Blow is definitely very good as a secret seal in this 1-round KO metagame, so it will definitely help you in the enemy phase a lot for taking on nukers. In the medium priority, I've got the Sacred Seals, which I've got a specific niche, and Hardy Bearing is definitely one of that. And if you have a lot of trouble versus Vantage Hectors or Desperation Mages, then I guess you could use this, but the fact that it prevents you from using Vantage and Desperation yourself is definitely very annoying, but it does not have any kind of HP threshold condition, and it's up to your team's requirement. And then we have got Breath of Life Sacred Seal. Now Breath of Life Sacred Seal is definitely very nice, and if you just use that with a Breath of Life slot C skill, then it will heal up 14 HP, and that's enough to put a lot of the tanky units back into the quick riposte range even in arena. And Breath of Life Sacred Seal definitely shines in stuff like Tempest Trials and Chain Challenges, and you can constantly just heal up your units. Breath of Life is pretty good, but still in arena you do have to commit to attacking if you want to heal up your tanks around you. So that's why Breath of Life is in the medium priority, still a very good Secret Seal. And then we have got Deflect Melee, which does work like Deflect Missile and Deflect Magic, but it only works for swords, lances, and axes. Now, melee brave weapons are not really that threatening because all you need to do is have a unit with weapon strangle advantage against them and you'll be fine. Like, it's not really as threatening as those ranged units like Reinhardt and Brave Lane and some Desperation Mages. So that's why I've got this Sacred Seal in the medium priority. And then I've got Spur Skills in the medium priority because they are pretty inconsistent and they need a precise placing, but still they can stack up. So for that, they are good, but definitely not as good as Fortify Defense or Fortify Res. And then we have got HP plus 5 Sacred Seal, which, like I've said before, it's useful with a bunch of skills like Slot C Panic Ploy, Infantry Pulse, and the boost skills. But still, it has got niche usage for those skills because tanks might as well run something like Distant Defense or Deflect Missile or Deflect Magic and just be much better tanks. And finally, in the low priority, I've got the Sacred Seals, which do not really appeal to me that much, and even if you do not upgrade these Sacred Seals to version 3, you're not going to be losing out on too much, and Phantom Speed Sacred Seal is one of those. Now, I've never been a fan of Water Sweep and Vent Sweep, and those are very niche skills which are locked to 5-star units, so the use of this Sacred Seal is restricted to 2 skills. Now, if you're a Water Sweep or Vent Sweep guy, then sure, go for it. Upgrade this, but for most players, they do not have resources to use Wind Sweep or Water Sweep on proper units, so that's why not a lot of people are going to be upgrading this Sacred Seal. And at last, I've got Defense plus 3 and Res plus 3. Now you could obviously run Fortify and Res Sacred Seals on another ally and use those buffs. And if you really want to run a Sacred Seal, then Attack plus 3 and Speed plus 3 are way more useful. Not to mention Close Defense is just much better than Res plus 3. So this is my priority list for upgrading Sacred Seals, and I'm actually very happy about this update because it brings a breath of fresh air into the game, and we have got so much more stuff to do now because of this mechanic. Now obviously a lot of people are saying this is just way too overpowered to have like Distant Defense as your Sacred Seal and have Distant Defense as your slot A skill. That's too much. But you have to go back and realize how people reacted when Skill Analysis mechanic came out, and a lot of people said that the game is dead, but still here we are. And here we are with this mechanic, so I'm definitely very happy because these kinds of big updates in games definitely change the metagame and force players to find new stuff. So let's see how it goes for our buddy Reinhardt, and let's see if magic is actually everything or not. Now it's definitely much more easier to check and counter Reinhardt with these new Sacred Seals, but still you will have to spend some time getting the resources and upgrading them, so it's not going to be very quick. You're going to take some days or even some weeks. So if you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like, and please do not forget to subscribe so that you do not miss out on guides like these and much more Fire Emblem Heroes content. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Fight for my friends, fight for my friends, fight for my friends, fight for my friends, fight for my friends.